Who are these people that are affording groceries, going to the grocery store every week, spending $300, $400 a week, and they're just like, whatever. It's cool. It's pocket change. Seriously, not me. Family of 5. I have little children. Little. They're 12, 10, and 5. I don't even have teens living in my house yet. And I'm just like, just went to Market Basket, spent $338. Family of 5. That's pretty good, honestly. Only got $20 of non-food stuff, and the only meat I got was sausage, like turkey sausage links, and chicken. Like for the week, not a lot of chicken. And I'm just like, what? How are we doing it? How are you affording groceries? How are we doing this? I remember being a teen and going to my friend's house, or people come to my house, and we would just like eat all the strawberries, all the chips, drink all the orange juice in one day. I wonder if my parents and their parents were like wanting to like wring our necks at that point, you know, because they're like, that is expensive. You just ate $25 in fruit. Obviously it wasn't $25 then, but you get the point. Are you affording groceries comfortably? Should I get a second job? Should I work more? I don't know.
I need somebody to tell me why my husband went to purchase a 7-pack of underwear yesterday. He needs new underwear. Probably hasn't purchased them in like, I don't know, years. You know how it is. Tell me why that package of underwear was $42. $42. I was flabbergasted. $42 for 7 pairs of underwear. If I didn't believe before that inflation is real, I sure do now. I'm baffled.
On my way to go sell some precious family heirlooms because I lost my job and I need to pay rent and eat dinner tonight. So that's what we're gonna do, but it's okay because it's just stuff. Or I am not crashing out. I'm not upset because my neck is barren. My favorite necklace is gone, but it's okay. I'm not upset about it. It's fine. We're gonna go see how much money we got. All right, crash out's over. I got $1,500, so I'm feeling a lot better about the situation because now I can pay my bills, baby. Now we're back up and running. We're back in the green, puppy.
How much are y'all spending on groceries? Because $492 on groceries without food stamps is crazy work. Let's go grocery shopping for me and my 6 kids. I hope I can stay under budget. I go soft about $5. Do y'all remember these? This is all I ate growing up. $598. Ridiculous. What do you do when you're done all you can? 500 some dollars on the groceries. I'm not even gonna lie, I'm a little confused on what my mom and daddy used to mean when they said we don't have McDonald's money. Because in this type of economy, the groceries are grocerying and they're expensive. You can get milk, but you can't afford the cereal. You wanna make spaghetti, but you can only afford the noodles. So what's tea? Because the McDonald's $5 meal, that Happy Meal, is sounding a little bit more reasonable these days.
Serious question here. How much are you spending a week on groceries? I was just having this conversation the other day with my friends, and they were like, yeah, I'm spending like $100 a week on groceries. And I'm like, I'm spending at least close to $300 a week on groceries. Sometimes more, sometimes less, but definitely close to $300 a week. Anytime I step into Publix or Wegmans, I can get like 5 items, and it's definitely going to be like $100 minimum. It's crazy. I do buy a lot of organic foods. Wegmans, I love their like pre-made foods that all you have to do is put in the oven. I buy like a ton of those for myself usually because I work from home and I don't have a lot of time to cook lunch. But those are expensive. They're like $10 to $12 for each of them. And I work from home, 5 days a week. And then you have the weekends. So I'm spending close to like $300 a week, and I'm kind of sick of it. Like I'm sick of how much things cost in general, but how expensive groceries are. And I just want to know like how much, and I have a family of 5, so myself, my husband, and 3 children. Two of my kids wear pull-ups at night. They're fully potty trained during the day, but they do wear pull-ups at night, so obviously that's extra costs. And then of course paper towels, toilet paper, things like that. We go through those so fast. I buy a lot of organic foods, things like that. So it's just really expensive. And I just want to know, like, average cost for where you live. Like, what are you spending a week on groceries? I live in North Carolina, and you know, I go to Wegmans, Trader Joe's, Publix, Target, Harris Teeter. I'm not big on, like, and I hate to say this, but I really don't look at like how much things cost. I really should. But if I want something, I just buy it, and I need to get better about that. But I know, like, organic food is just going to cost me more. And I'm like, are there places I should go that organic food costs less? If so, I need to go to those places. But I just want to know, like, how much does your family spend a week on groceries? And what are your, like, money saving tips when it comes to that? Now, mind you, like, I do have a grocery budget, and it's like $250 a week usually is my grocery budget. And I usually hit that pretty quickly. And I'm like, am I the only one who's spending this much money on groceries? Like, this is embarrassing. So I'm just curious, where you are in the world, what are you spending?
So you can't afford a house, so then you need to rent. And the rental prices are so beyond astronomical because you're paying for someone's mortgage.
Despite laws that are supposed to prevent rental price increases exceeding 10%, some property owners seem to be exploiting people's desperation, and they are now advertising rental prices that have jumped from $4,300 a month to $44,000.
As you've all seen by looking at your phones and looking at the market, it's really expensive. So according to Zillow, from 2020 to 2024, the monthly mortgage payment on a typical home in the U.S. nearly doubled. Gulp. Oh my gosh, and that's just over 4 years.
So I just got denied for an apartment. I have to move out of my beautiful, big-ass, 2-bedroom apartment with a foyer and a separate kitchen and windows in every room. We're not going to talk about it. Just got denied for an apartment because with me and my friend who are going to be moving in together, her credit score is not high enough for us to qualify together, but my income is not high enough for me to qualify on my own. Although I have a 740 credit score, I have savings, and I make 30 times the rent. But because I don't make 40 times the rent on my own, although we make more than 40 times the rent together, we don't qualify. We don't deserve to have a home according to New York City real estate. And I'm just like, I don't understand, because it's like, so credit is powerful enough to make you a poor applicant when it's not good, but it's not powerful enough to make you a good applicant when it's good?
If you or someone you know is looking to rent an apartment anytime soon in the United States of America, good luck. Because it sucks. It's horrible. Just to qualify for a lot of these apartments, you need 3, 4, or 5 times the monthly rent in income monthly. Just to qualify. And if you don't, you need a guarantor. You're lucky enough to have someone in your family, a friend, someone who's willing to be a guarantor for you. They better be making 5, 6, or 7 times that monthly rent in income. That's across the board. And even then, they're not going to make it easy for you. They want everything from you. They want bank statements, pay stubs, tax information. You need to submit tax information because you're self-employed or you own your business. 2 years of tax information, and the only way they will accept it is through email. Through email. So you've crossed your T's, you've dotted your I's, you have all of the information that you could need, you're gonna submit it, you have all of the monthly income requirements, all of that is good. You go, you tour an apartment, they show you one, they say this is great, it's in your price range, it's unlisted, it's a deal of a lifetime. Come to find out that that apartment is undergoing renovations for 4 months. And by the time it's available, the price is gonna be about $300 more a month than you thought. Do you have a question about your application? Did something go wrong with the online portal? Ooh, that sucks, because they're not going to return your calls, and they also don't care. The system is broken and rigged and awful. I can't understand how anybody actually gets an apartment these days. especially anyone who makes, I don't know, a normal service industry income. You're never living alone in your entire life. It's never going to happen. You can't afford to. It's not possible. You don't qualify for a place if you're just trying to get by yourself. It's unbelievable how rigged it is. It's awful.
If you want cheap rent without getting a roommate, there's only two options available. So for your first option, if you want a cheap apartment, is you have to move to far, far away land. You have to move to a small ass town where everybody goes to Walmart for fun. There's nothing to do and you'll be bored as hell, but your rent will be $35 a month. Your second option, if you want cheap rent, is your roommate is probably going to be rats and roaches. Your car's going to get broken into. You're probably going to get shot. But at least your city's a lot of fun and there's a lot of things to do in your city. And this is why I think renting is such a very unfair concept. I have a friend who's paying $2,500 a month for a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment in Miami, Florida. Then I have another friend who's paying $800 for a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment in a small town in South Carolina. Both apartments are pretty much the same size. The only difference is location. I think it should be illegal for rent to be over $2,000 a month. You could be paying $2,000 a month for your apartment and your next door neighbor, same model, same everything, could be paying $1,800 for the same model apartment as you. Or they could be paying more than you. When you renew your lease, it could go up by $9 or $900. And then you're paying $2,000 a month, but you will never own your apartment. You will never own it. I feel like rent should be like a fixed amount across the board. A 1-bedroom apartment anywhere in the United States should be like $800. A 2-bedroom apartment should be like $900. Life is unfair, but renting is 10 times unfairer.
If you feel like you're paying more for everything these days, you're right. Inflation just hit its highest rate in a year. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the Producer Price Index was 2.2% over the last 12 months. That measures the change in prices that manufacturers pay to suppliers, and that predicts whether prices will go up for consumers. Tomorrow, the Consumer Price Index for April will be released, which is an even more important measure of the state of inflation.
You guys, groceries are too expensive, and you want to know how I know that? Here's some proof for you. 4 payments. You can split your grocery bill up into 4 payments on Klarna. That shouldn't even be an option. Groceries should not be so expensive that people have to make payments on them in order to feed their family. Groceries are a necessity. You need them to survive. You need food to survive. So why on earth are they to the price point where there are people in this world that are probably having to make payments to feed their family? That is insane to me. Absolutely insane. I think that this has been on here for a while, but it just now registered that this was the payment system to me. I just always ignored this. Are you having to put your groceries on payments? I have not yet. I don't ever plan to do that because I don't even know what I would do. Like, that is insane. Oh my goodness. If you are using this option, I pray that you get in a better situation. This world's way too expensive. That is all.
So this cost $85 yesterday at Whole Foods. Take a second to really let that sink in. This 2 years ago probably would have cost $55 at most. Now, they tell us that inflation has only been like 4 or 5%, but they're not telling us the full extent and the actual truth. They're just trying to not make everyone panic, because then the economy would really go to shit really quick. But this is just the tip of the iceberg, guys. It's going to get a lot worse in terms of the economy. Everything is going to keep getting more expensive, and the value of the dollar is going to go down at the same time.
This is what I'm struggling with in America right now in my 20s. Why is everything so expensive? Why am I making more money waitressing than I would make using my college degree? I barely have a life. I have 2 days off and I work Wednesday to Sunday, doubling just to pay my bills. At 22 years old, all of my bills are in my name. I have no help. How are y'all affording housing? In Myrtle Beach, a 1-bedroom apartment is $1,500. Bullshit. Bullshit. How are y'all getting insurance, going to the doctor, getting medicine? And then some of us are trying to be TikTok influencers. Who knows where that's going to get me? Me and my boyfriend are saving, but we barely see each other during the week, and it feels like we're working our asses off for nothing. Do we need to move somewhere for a better job opportunity that we don't know about? Do any of y'all really know what you want to do with your life right now? It is so scary being in America right now. If you can relate to this, if you have any advice, please comment and let me know. It's ridiculous.
Have y'all seen the trend where people are posting their past grocery orders from a couple years ago and comparing it till now and looking at the inflation rate? This shit is crazy. Read this shit. My husband and I were talking last night about how a 12-pack of drinks is now $9 and how in 2020 I used to buy them 4 for $10. I decided to go back into my Walmart app and see what I was paying for a random grocery order. In January of 2020, I paid $70.20 for 30 items. I added all of them into the cart again and repurchased them today. Today, those 30 items were $165.42. That's a $95.22 price increase in 4 years' time. That's a 135.6% inflation percentage. We can't go on living like this. I can't be the only one who feels this way. You know what? No, you're not the only one. Matter of fact, I ordered some shit from Walmart the other day and spent $100. Let me show you what I got. Now, I probably should have laid everything out so y'all could see it, but as you can see, it's really not that much. All that shit cost me $113 at Walmart, of all places.
All right, can we talk about how wild grocery shopping has gotten? Because I swear, it feels like you can't walk into a store without spending $100 and still leave hungry. Basic stuff: eggs, bread, milk, produce. It's all double what it used to be. And don't even think about getting anything extra, like snacks, juice, or meat. Suddenly you're broke, and all you've got is a sad little bag of groceries. It's not just frustrating, it's scary. People are working full-time and still can't afford to eat properly. Families are budgeting down to the last cent, skipping meals, or switching to cheap, unhealthy food just to get by.
How are y'all making it? No, literally, how are y'all making it? Because, little backstory, I decided back in January that I was going to monetize on this app. Every dollar I made, no matter how big, how small, was going to go to a savings account, and that was going to be money for a down payment on our house. Because if you don't know, me, my husband, and our 2 kids are living with my parents. Spoiler alert, that's not happening. We're having to take that money I'm making and use it to get by until the next week, on top of my husband's income. My husband's making the most money he's ever made, and this is the brokest we've ever been. Make it make sense. I'm not a bougie bitch. I might get my lashes done, but my friends do my hair. I don't get my nails done. Like, I'm really not that high maintenance. We try to live within our means. We truly do. It's like, no matter how much you don't go out to eat, no matter how much you don't spend money, you're still gonna be broke. Why? Because that is the world that we live in. So I know I'm not as educated as I should be when it comes to voting. All I know is that shit was a lot better 4 years ago. I could afford to breathe, and I had my own house. Right now, nobody can afford housing. Nobody can afford food. And if you can, congratulations.
Okay, y'all, I might be an unk for real, because since when is cereal $8 a box? What the hell? And the box looks smaller than it ever was. Let me find out. Not only are they inflating prices, but they're making the boxes smaller. Like, I don't know because, you know, I wasn't paying for shit, but I'm almost positive that cereal was never almost $10 a box for a little ass box. Like, am I tripping? Gee, am I tripping? Has cereal always been this high? Is it just I was a broke best friend?
I guess. I don't know. I never paid for it.
I don't be eating cereal no more. I literally was just gonna grab a box because, you know, nostalgia. But okay, he acting like it's normal. Maybe I'm just broke as shit. Matter of fact, I know he lying because the way me and my sister used to go through cereal, if my mom was paying $10 per box, she would have been whipping our ass. I don't know what's going on, but they need to fix it ASAP.
Having a job and still being broke gotta be like the top 2 worst feelings in the fucking world. Cause it's like I'm working, but where the fuck is my money? Like,